Hello, my third secondary students. We are still in Unit 1 and the past tenses. Today, I'll explain the past perfect tense الماضي التام. What is the form of the past perfect tense? When I say he had finished his work by last night, here the form is had and the PP. In the negative, we use hadn't plus the PP, such as they hadn't finished their work by last night. In the question, I start with had and then the subject and the PP, such as had they finished their work by yesterday? In the passive, when we start with the object, we use had and been and the PP, such as their work had been finished by yesterday. The usage of the past perfect tense is very important. When I say they had sent 3 emails and stopped, that's not correct in English. Why? Because I can't say I had gone to school. Okay, we use the past perfect tense when we talk about an action that completely happened by a particular time in the past or before a time in the past, like by last week, by 2001, before 3 o'clock yesterday. Here, they had sent 3 emails before last week. Okay, that's right, because we have by and then the particular time in the past, so we used the past perfect tense. Also, we can use the past perfect tense to express an action that happened before another action in the past. Here we have 2 finished actions in the past, but one of them happened after the other. Before I went to bed, I had checked my email. What happened first? I had checked my email. Then I went to bed. The first action must be in the past perfect, and then the second action must be in the past simple. The key words that refer to the past perfect tense are many. We will start with after, as soon as, when, once. After and as soon as and when and once come with the past perfect sentence when we talk about the first action. And then we use the past simple with the second action. For example, after I had checked my email, I returned home. Here we used the past perfect after or after as soon as. And then I used returned, left comes the past simple. But by the time before, we have the opposite case. Here, by the time they reached the station, the train had left. So we didn't take it. Okay? Here, the first action in the second sentence and in the sentence of by the time or before, we use the second action and the past simple. Like, the tailor had taken the measurement before he cut the material. Okay? Before or by the time or when we have the second action and then the past perfect and the first action. Here, after checking my email, I went to bed. Before going to bed, I had checked my email. When we don't have any subjects after or before, we use the gerund form, checking and going. Why? Because here we don't have any subjects. But until or till. When I say we didn't go to the wedding party until we had bought new dresses. What happened first? We had bought new dresses and then we went to the wedding party. But with until or till, we put the past symbol in the negative form. We can say didn't plus the infinitive or wasn't or weren't plus the PP if we talk in the passive. And in the sentence of till or until, we have the first action and the past perfect. But I can say I waited until my father came. Here until means حتى. We can use until or till with a past simple sentence or with the noun phrase. Okay? We can say I waited until my father came. We have two past simple actions. Okay? But with no sooner, hardly, or scarcely. We have two types of them. Number one, if we have no sooner or hardly or scarcely, but between had and the PP. Okay? With no sooner, we join the two sentences with than and then the past simple. But with hardly or scarcely, we join the two sentences with when and then we have the past simple. The second case, if we have no sooner or hardly or scarcely at the beginning of the sentences, we use the question form of the past perfect. We used had and then the subject and then the PP. As I say, no sooner had she graduated. I didn't say she had. I said had she. As we are in the question. And then I use than with no sooner and when with hardly or scarcely. Finally, we have having. We use having in the first action. But after having, you should know that after having we don't have any subjects. We only have the PP only or been or the PP in the passive form. And in the second sentence, we have the past simple and the second action. For example, having checked my email, I went to bed. Or having been checked, the email was sent to all customers. Okay? That's for all today. Thanks for listening to me and good luck.